Well, look what we got here today. We're back with another video, back another reaction, backslash to talk about it. I told y'all, I specifically told y'all, I told myself, and I told y'all in the last video. I said, watching this live, I said the YouTube videos. That's all I need to say was YouTube videos. Look at how many YouTube videos have been dropped since Dijonai was playing defense. That's all it really was Dijonai Carrington playing defense and missed the ball and ended up catching Caitlin Clark and I. Suspension, scumbag, suspension pending. Matter of fact, let's look at this outrage. Let's look at the comments from one of the last ESPN live streams that they had about Caitlin Clark. Couldn't watch this because this I'm not even gonna lie, watching this again, it makes me mad because they're still bringing up Caitlin Clark not making Team USA two and a half months later. Like that's still a relevant thing. But let's read some of these comments because a comment caught my eye last night watching this. Because all this was Shannon Sharpe and really Shannon Sharpe screaming at women about the WNBA. Hard to shoot with one eye. I know that comment is here somewhere. Alright, so this is... Okay, this is the comment right here. This is the comment right here that really ultimately helped me make this video. Why is Carrington not in jail? She committed a felonious aggravated assault with intent to seriously bodily harm by blinding Clark. Being on a basketball court does not excuse the crime, and it was a hate crime, so it's a federal crime. Arrest her. James, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You might be a LeBron burner account. I don't know. But, and I don't even like talking like this, but James Ballard, get off the coochie, bro. Get off the clip, bro. Like, you can't be for real, bro. Committed a felonious aggravated assault. Being on a basketball court does not excuse the crime. And it was a hate crime, so it's a federal crime. Bro, be for real. So I wrote down a couple of things on how I felt about the situation. As I said before, earlier in the video, I said I knew the YouTube videos were coming. I did. LOL. Womp womp. Yeah, bro, like it's not that serious, bro. Like, y'all taking this way farther than what it actually is. But I'm gonna just have this on the screen real quick. Here's my personal opinion on the situation, right? So here's the video again of the situation.
With no whistle.
And the thing is, the detectives, they went in and did every last 2K angle. Last NBA 2K25 angle to prove the point that Dijonai should be suspended for realistically all the way till next season, if we being honest. See, my thing is with stuff like this, I can't tell you if she did it on purpose or not unless she drops a documentary like The Last Dance and say she did it on purpose. But there's two things about this, right? To me, this is a lose-lose situation for Dijonai Carrington because, hear me out, right? Y'all said she did this on purpose, right? Y'all said she poked her in the eye. She still has a couple of nails, little pieces of nails in her eye sockets, right? Now, let me ask you this question. In all unbiasedness, if Dijonai, instead of doing this, right? Because y'all said she went like this, from this to this. Now, if she would have said this to this and slapped Caitlyn in the face and popped Caitlyn in the face, y'all have been saying the same thing anyway. She missed the ball terribly. I will say that. But no matter what happens from this point, whether she went like this or like this and popped Caitlyn in the face regardless, y'all would have said it was aggravated assault and it's a hate federal crime. Y'all have been saying the same thing regardless. But you know. And then the other way around is, if the roles was reversed, would y'all be saying the same thing? Or would y'all be saying Caitlyn Clark is finally standing up for herself? Because she did get Dijonai Carrington back in the eye and knocked her contact out. But nobody's talking about it. But this, y'all saying Dijonai should be kicked out for the rest of until 2025. Yeah, man, I don't know. I can't say she did it on purpose. The only thing that I can say was done on purpose was Dylan Brooks and LeBron. When Dylan Brooks kind of went this to LeBron no area, that looked like that was on purpose. I will say that. Y'all got to do your own research on that category because I have a lot of links pulled up already. But that video of Dylan Brooks when he was calling LeBron old, he's old, he has to drop 40. When Dylan Brooks did like this to LeBron playing defense, that was on purpose. But stuff like this is like defense that just went terribly wrong. That's the same thing y'all said when Angel Reese, when she tried to block the ball from Caitlyn Clark and knocked her little string headband off all the way to the bleachers, to the nosebleeds. Y'all said Angel Reese did that on purpose. Matter of fact, let's pull that video up just real quick. The same people that said this was on purpose was the same people that said this was done on purpose.
Clark, hammer.
Let's get a better angle.
3 Sky players coming over. View it. The foul, I believe, to Angel Reese.
Same people said this was on purpose. The same thing that said this was on purpose. Same people said this was on purpose. Everything can't be on purpose, chat. Like, I find it hard to believe that everything is done on purpose. But this leads to one of my next points on this list. Y'all gotta stop babying Caitlyn Clark, bro. Y'all gotta stop doing that. Because how do you expect Caitlyn Clark to be great if she's always being babied? But these other legendary players, anytime they do something wrong, y'all crucifying them. Caitlyn Clark, believe it or not, she needs this adversity and she needs this physical play to become an all-time legend. Because as they say, pressure makes diamonds. And that's why I have all these links pulled up. Because I have 4 players that went through adversity, getting beat on, and getting hated on by the media, and they still proved them wrong. And Caitlyn Clark is probably another example because people thought Caitlyn Clark wasn't even going to be good. And it turns out she could actually hoop. She could hang in there, but the media keeps babying Caitlyn Clark like she can't do no wrong. Anytime the Fever lose, it's either Christy Sides' fault, and I will agree, Christy Sides does not know how to call a timeout. Teams will be up in a 10 to 12-0 run, and Christy Sides just sitting there on her knees, not doing anything about it. Not calling a timeout to stop momentum. When we watched the Fever versus the Aces, Becky Hammond called a timeout within the first 40 seconds of the game. They're not getting on any kind of runs at all. She was not playing. But Christy Sides, she'll just sit there. I don't think I can even do this no more. She'll do exactly this right here. Just be sitting there. Just like this. And not doing anything about it. And then y'all say it's either that or the refs. It's either that or the refs are cheating the game. Y'all say this all the time when the Fever lose. It's not the Fever crumbled, Fever sold, none of that. It's always either crispy sides or the refs. But here's 4 players that have dealt with everything I said earlier and became solidified Hall of Famers. Let's start with Jordan. The Jordan rules. Y'all can honestly, y'all can say this is the Caitlin Clark rules. Anytime Caitlin gets the ball, we being physical with her. Because let me ask y'all a serious question, right? If Detroit never treated Jordan the way how they treated him, would Michael Jordan know how to deal with physical basketball? Look at this. They done made books and CDs and DVDs off of this. Look at this. Imagine seeing this on Detroit, Michigan's magazines and newspapers getting thrown to your doorstep back in the day. Look at this. And y'all talk about Caitlin Clark got it bad. Michael Jordan is getting put in a headlock. Detroit sent Michael Jordan to the gym. Like the actual gym to lift weights. Look at this. The whole Jordan rules, for those that don't understand and don't know what it is, let's put it like this. Michael Jordan at that time was considered Air Jordan, right? So Detroit sat there in their locker room and watched Jordan's film and said, anytime Jordan comes to this basket, knock him out the air to the 5th row and say, be Air Jordan again. Be Air Jordan in Detroit if you want to, and we're going to keep knocking you down till you quit. And that's how Detroit ended up beating Chicago, was because Jordan was not flying. He was not no Air Jordan in Detroit until he got sent to the gym. And then Jordan was able to beat Detroit, sending Isaiah Thomas to cry in the locker room. He ain't dab nobody up. He's sitting up here bobbing and weaving through his own fence, his own stadium. Isaiah Thomas was bobbing and weaving throughout his own stadium just to get out of there, to cry in the locker room. And then he didn't make Team USA or whatever. That's a whole nother topic. Like, bro, look at this, bro. Scottie Pippen's literally getting mushed in the face. So that's how Connecticut Sun is treating Caitlin Clark. Anytime she comes to the basket, or anytime she thinks she got an open shot, we pressing issues. So if anything, y'all can use this as the Caitlin Clark rules, the Clark rules, and say, let's see if Caitlin Clark will go to the gym and do something about it. Because that last game that she had on Sunday, if she does that tomorrow, oh, that video is going to be legendary. I'm telling you. Next up, we got LeBron James. In my opinion, because I'm not really a LeBron hater, there's 2 things I don't like about LeBron. One, he cried too much. He too big to be doing all that crying. He's 6'9", 240, 245, 250, and he's crying about every foul call. Sometimes, yes, he does get fouled. I will say that. But there's times where nobody touch him, and he, like he done got shot in GTA. Like he done got blown up in GTA. And he quit on his team. LeBron has a repeated history of quitting on his team. And this is a prime example. What happened in 2010 when the Boston Celtics, led by Rondo, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, ran LeBron out of his own state. Not just his state, he ran him out his own state. When he was averaging pretty much 27 points, 9.5 rebounds, almost 10 boards, and 7 assists a game in 2010. Which then led to this. I know y'all remember this. Because the next clip, look at this.
Good sportsmanship from everyone involved tonight. And you just wonder what changes will happen with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Cleveland fans wondering if that's the last time he'll take off a Cavalier jersey.
Right? Which then led to this.
Now, at Verizon Business, every business.
Bro. And then y'all screaming in my ear. iPhone 16 scam. It's a scam. Y'all, if y'all have an iPhone 14 or 15, y'all don't need a 16. Which then, again, which led to this.
What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
All of Cleveland destroyed LeBron from running from his own city, aka running from the grind, right? Now, even though the Heat beat Boston the next year, again, Boston borderline beat LeBron in 2012. And LeBron said it himself, if they would have lost that game 6 in Boston, the Heat would more than likely was getting broken up. But LeBron said, I'm not losing the game. And what happened? 45, 15, and 5, which then led to a game 7, which then led to LeBron finally winning a championship. Stephen A. Smith was one of the main people that destroyed LeBron for his performances. And you know he's one of the Caitlin Clark fans. He's a fanboy of Caitlin Clark, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And he destroyed LeBron for his performances and him quitting on his team and saying, why are you labeled as King James if you're not being successful? Right? Now let's go to 2008. 2008 was the year that Kobe got waxed by Boston in Game 6. People probably thought Kobe could never win without Shaq. Because when Kobe was winning them three-peats, it was with Shaq. And ever since Shaq left, he dealt with Detroit. They lost. Boston lost. They said, I don't think Kobe would ever win another championship. And then look what happened. Oh, 2009, 2010, Kobe repeats. He plays Orlando. Says, oh, well, he needs to beat Boston like how he did Orlando. And then he beats Boston in Game 7 of the finals, which then led to this iconic Kobe 2010 finals, which then led to one of the most iconic pictures of all time, if they have the picture. Let's see, let's pull up the picture. Again, most iconic pictures after Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe. Most iconic pictures ever in basketball history. And last but not least, for all the Warriors fans, Steph Curry. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up Steph Curry is because a lot of people think that because he's a 6'2" light skin that he can't get the job done as far as basketball goes. They said 2015 was luck because Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love got hurt. 2016, they blew a 3-1 lead. The 2 championships after that was KD. Then they're saying in 2022, they played Denver in the first round. Jamal Murray, Porter. I think it was basically because Denver was injured. It's the only reason why the Warriors won, right? Next round versus Memphis. Ja Morant gets hurt. Another excuse. Then playing Dallas in the conference finals. They said Dallas had no experience. Playing in Boston. Curry's never played in Boston in the finals, so he wouldn't be able to deal with the adversity of dealing with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Al Horford and all them. And then look what Curry did. Had one of the greatest finals performances ever. What was his averages? Averaging 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists in the series. Winning his first finals MVP award. Night. So I bring up all of these situations to say to say Caitlin Clark needs this kind of adversity and needs this kind of not necessarily hurting, trying to intentionally injure Caitlin Clark, but needs this type of physicality to be reminded where she is. This isn't high school where you're pretty much untouchable. This is not college where you can pretty much run. She ran college. She has the most points in college history to this day until somebody breaks that record. Untouchable in high school, was top 5 ranked in high school. In college, the best scorer in all time. But now she's in the pros. This is the big girls league. Pressures makes diamonds. I don't expect the Fever to even make the finals this year anyway. But Caitlin Clark needs this types of physicality to remember, like, where you're at. It's not going to be easy over here. So y'all got to stop babying Caitlin Clark. Like, anytime she gets touched, it's malicious. Oh, it's a federal hate crime. All this other unnecessary. Because if that's the case, anytime LeBron gets touched, it's a hate crime. As big as LeBron is, 6'9", 250, anytime LeBron gets touched, it's a hate crime. Or if you want to use Jordan as an example, because y'all know Jordan, I believe he had the double nickel game in New York. Imagine if New York said this, knowing how feisty, how crazy y'all are in New York. Imagine if the New York Knicks said, you know what, Jordan? You bring all this money to this league. You bring so much eyes to the league. You know what? Anytime you go to the basket, I'm going to let you dunk on me. You can do all that on me, Michael Jordan. Go ahead. Matter of fact, you want your locker clean? I'm going to clean your locker. You want a drink? You want some coffee? Oh, you want your cigars? You want your back polished? Matter of fact, how much woman you want in your section tonight when you go to the club? About 15, 20? You want a gambling table? Let me get that ready for you tonight. That would even sound like y'all. As crazy and aggressive as y'all are, y'all's over there fighting in the 80s and 90s with the Heat. And y'all gonna sit up here and say, these players is too hard on Caitlin Clark? I just showed y'all earlier Jordan getting put in a headlock. If Caitlin Clark is put in a headlock, y'all want the league banned. And for those that keep saying, oh, well, the commissioner should do something about this. The commissioner should do something about Caitlin Clark getting bullied like this. If y'all don't know, the commissioner doesn't care. Long story short, the commissioner does not care. She wants this kind of adversity. She wants this kind of drama in the league. Because the league has never dealt with something like this. That's like the XFL. If it's a helmet-to-helmet contact and the refs don't call a flag, you want Roger Goodell to do something about it? Just real quick to add on to the topic, I still feel the same way. I don't see Adam Silver doing anything about this or even entertaining something like this when he has players like Draymond Green and his antics and his problems that he's going through. Players like Isaiah Stewart trying to escape his kennel, his cage, his cave, wherever he's at right now, escaping that and looking for LeBron James. Adam Silver has way bigger problems to worry about than to entertain Dijonai Carrington poking Caitlin Clark in the eye purposely, accidentally, whatever the case may be. But anyways, back to the video. Roger Goodell has nothing to do with the XFL like that. Some people are saying that if the commissioner or the head of the WNBA does nothing about this, then Adam Silver should do something about it. What is he supposed to do about it? It's not even his league. He needs to worry about the NBA and not the WNBA. That is whoever the commissioner is of the WNBA. That's her job. And like I said, she doesn't care. She's not going to do nothing about it. If she's not going to do anything about the trolls and the racism in the WNBA, what do you think? What is she supposed to do with stuff like this? And realistically, all this is playing defense. She just missed the ball terribly, ended up hitting her in the eye. Just like when Angel Reese tried to block the ball and hit Caitlin Clark in the head. And then again, Kate and DA with the worst flops in WNBA history. Same people who want to act like Caitlin Clark was attacked by Dijonai Carrington have nothing to say about Caitlin Clark dang near ripping Dijonai's eyes out afterward. Yeah, see, because like I said, it's when Caitlin Clark defends herself, it's not a problem. It's what people want her to do. But way around, it's a federal hate crime and should be charged by RICO. I'm just saying, bro, like, I would think this would make Caitlin Clark really turn up. Oh, another thing. People were saying that this was directed toward Caitlin Clark. I seen this too. They said that what Marina Mabry did to Carrington on this play, even though y'all know they don't like each other on the low, they just teammates right now. That they didn't have their fair shares of talking crazy to each other, if we've seen it in Legend Production videos. They said that this was directed toward Caitlin Clark and Marina Mabry doing the Carmelo Anthony celebration to Dijonai. This play right here on the left-hand side. Marina Mabry hit about 5 threes and a half the second half, 27 points off the bench. Dijonai Carrington is not even known to be a shooter. She's just really a two-way slashing defender. And she even hit a three-pointer. And she's not really known for shooting threes like that. So, of course, they're going to celebrate it. More like the Carmelo Anthony and not trying to mock Caitlin Clark getting poked in the eye. But this is what Apex Jones had to say. This is how fans Caitlin stans are. They're sharing this video claiming that Mabry and Carrington are celebrating the eye poke. In reality, Carrington just hit a three and put the Suns up by 22 and Mabry doing the mellow 3 to the head celebration. Toxic. Okay, so this is another angle of that play. Here's what they won't show you. Caitlin Clark throws her trademark elbow and connecting dome of Connecticut Sun player Dijonai Carrington and shoves away another Suns player. But we're gonna show you. Oh, basically, we're gonna show you this. That's basically how he's saying. Yeah, she said like these. But it is good that Caitlin Clark is defending herself. And don't put this on her teammates, because what do you want her teammates to do? Crash out? Y'all said Angel McCoughtry is about to come out of her WNBA coffin for Caitlin Clark? To be her bodyguard? No. Angel McCoughtry said she'll defend any of her teammates, not just Caitlin Clark. But yeah, she should like these to Dijonai eye and end up knocking out her contact. But if she do this, instead of this, it's malicious. This was the only thing oh, that's really loud. This was the only thing that I was afraid of was this right here, because Nalissa Smith did nothing the whole game. She just got cardio. This right here was the only thing that was throwing me off was their relationship, because they are together. So I don't know if she leaking a playbook or not. Nalissa Smith, is Nalissa Smith leaking the playbook to her or whatever? Maybe that's why she ain't getting in the game, but I don't know. Like I said, bro. And even in Nalissa Smith wants to leave the Fever, go ahead and come to the Valkyries. Bring Dijonai Carrington with her. We need that kind of defense over here. She'll blend right in. I'm telling you. Get Dijonai Carrington, get Rakia Jackson. Oh, yeah. 100%. We're going to the finals. How come nobody's talking about Carrington using her fingernails to poke Caitlin Clark in the eyes? That only could have ended her career. That ended the career of the most popular female basketball player and put the league in jeopardy. After all the publicity they've been getting, this is as low as it gets. I mean, that's why I said that this league is advertised incorrectly, because Y'all can't sit up here and say that. Y'all can't say that this league is not advertised correctly when you only know 2 players. Like Kate Martin, with all due respect, Kate Martin has more jersey sales than Asia Wilson, who's a 3-time MVP now. I just find that kind of outrageous. What it is. That's the Caitlin Clark effect, the Clarkonomics. Oh shit, I don't know what this is about. Excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest of this is just Twitter, pretty much. What is this? Alerting fans of Dijonai, the Connecticut Sun, and the WNBA as a whole to this disgusting, pathetic excuse for a human being who is actually praying for Dijonai to get hurt. Toxic people like this to cleanse your timeline. This is exactly what Carrington was talking about. Was this a foul on Caitlin Clark? That Dijonai ACL gonna hit like crack. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I hope Dijonai gets hurt. I don't care. I hate that with an entire life. Hope Dijonai's eyes contact infects her. Dijonai crying about you literally poke Caitlin in the eye. Literally dumb. Hopefully Timmy comes in and takes her out. And I pray that absolute words from Dijonai. Hate that so much. Yeah, AB.Soul, we're gonna pray for you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You taking the WNBA way too serious, bro. You talking like Caitlin Clark giving you cat on a regular basis, bro. Y'all tweaking. We're gonna pray for you though, bro. You taking that way too deep. But yeah, pretty much at the end of the day, it's basketball, bro. Stuff like this happens all the time. People get black eyes. People gonna need a knee. All kind of stuff happens in basketball, bro. But y'all saying it was malicious and done intentionally is kind of wild, bro. But I'm gonna leave it. You guys comments how you guys feel about the situation, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man.